Hey, welcome back to Skuttz Draws. Have you ever tried drawing anything for Mermay? Today, I'll share with you one of my favorite pieces that I've drawn. I started with a pencil drawing from my handy-dandy sketchbook, used a multiply filter in Clip Studio, and I began to paint underneath my artwork. I was just getting into Magic the Gathering around this time, and upon bemoaning the approach of Mermay with no mermaid muse in sight, a friend suggested the Plainswalker Kiora. I fell in love with her design immediately. The frills, the fins, not technically a mermaid, sure, but close enough for me. Tritons are so cool. I was excited about her tentacle motif, and so I got to work making big churning waves as she rose from the sea. Being fairly busy at the time, I did a traditional sketch during the evenings and decided to try one of my favorite medium mashups, digital coloring under my traditional pencil sketch. Unfortunately, I can't share the sketching process for the base drawing, but Clip Studio has a super neat time-lapse feature that allows me to save time-lapses like this, so I'm still able to share the part done digitally with you. I gave myself roughly an hour to shade and render. I was short on time, and it was the balance that I struck. Sometimes we set goals that are too big for us to accomplish, and it can feel really bad when we fail to meet them. This in particular always rears its ugly head whenever there is a drawing challenge month. Drawtober and Mermay both come to mind, but over the past few years, I've seen more and more pop up for each month, like Junicorn or Funguary. How overwhelming! It's fine to take on these challenges. They are often full of creative and interesting prompts that stimulate your imagination. But it's not okay to tie your self-worth and how you feel about your accomplishments or artwork to these challenges just because you weren't able to keep up. I find sometimes it helps to make a realistic adjustment to the expectations and go from there. In the end, I was just happy that during a turbulent time while moving, I was able to get out this one mermaid piece. I didn't follow any prompts, I didn't draw 1,000 things. Heck, I didn't even polish up the one thing I did draw to the degree I would have liked to. But I did what I was able to do with the time that I had. And making just one painting was so much better than none. There were so many years I never participated in Mermay at all because it felt so overwhelming I gave up before I tried. Measuring yourselves to others will always leave you feeling down. Measuring against your own successes can be a healthier perspective. When I look at this, I see that I finished a thing for Mermay, but it was also art for myself. I was so happy with it when I was done that it's been my phone wallpaper since. I'd say that made this pretty successful for me. What about you? How do you feel about monthly drawing challenges? Do you think it's healthy to push yourself so hard? I think we can benefit from playing around with new concepts and that sometimes pressure can be good, but at the same time, there's a reasonable limit to stressing out so much about it, particularly for a drawing challenge. And usually, putting that much pressure on yourself to perform can cause art block anyways, ultimately ending any run or streak for a drawing challenge. It's good to keep it fun and shake it up if you're able to. I like having my comfort mediums at hand, or new ones to try out. I also like to mix mediums all of the time. My favorite drawing style is still sketching in my sketchbook, even though I've been doing digital art for years. I just have a soft spot for pencil, paper, and markers. I would even say they've become more important to me during my time as a freelance artist. My sketchbook is a separation between work life and home life. Those pages are the Wild West, where I'm not required to finish anything. I just start to doodle, play around, and have fun. When I sit down at my tablet, it's where I put the pedal to the metal and go. My sketchbook is where I relax. So when I was inspired enough by Kiora's design to draw her during the evenings, I had to utilize it. It was really fun to combine digital shading under a traditional sketch, and I love the texture that pencil brings to the painting. And I get the freedom of digital art programs to play with color and shading without the fear of ruining my original drawing. And I just love how the tentacles just ghostly sneak up through the waves and the effects of the water dripping off of everything as the tentacles are rising from these raging water. And Kiora is just so beautiful, and I love her design. She is still one of my favorite Plainswalkers to this day. What do you think? Should I try revisiting this painting with my skills 2 years later? Should I give it a little more time? Speaking of giving time, yours means a lot to me, and I just want to give a special thank you to those who made it this far. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and take a peep at some more fun time lapses over here. See you later. Bye.